Wait, what? A couple took a wedding photo next to our store. And they done cleared the barriers for them. It came out nicely. But they sent a thank you card. In the back of it says, thank you for allowing us to take photographs in your waiting area. Special thank you to the gentleman who cleared the barriers for us. Lots of love, KNC.
They cleared the barrier.
They cleared the barrier.
They want me to carry her.
You want me upgrade her like carrier? Me, I no carry am. I put barrier. What? She want me to marry her. No, but yeah, I just deeped how good of a bar that is. He said she want me to marry her. Mm-hmm. She want me upgrade her like carrier. Me, I no carrier. And then he said, I put barrier. He said she wants me to upgrade her like carrier. She wants me to marry her. She wants me to upgrade her like a carrier, like EE. He said, I'm not O2. Me, I no carrier. Do you get that? Oh, and then he put barrier. Nah, sorry. People are sleeping on Davido. They sleeping on my nigga Davido, though. You don't think they're sleeping on David? I think they're sleeping on David.
And I've been approved. Woo-woo.
For what? Alone.
GP. Are you fucking shit? See, this is what I mean.
Maybe you're trying to get a mortgage.
Respectful. No. Me get I do want to move out. But that's a conversation for another day. I need to leave.
Not before me, you don't. Yes.
Let's intro. Well, I guess we can start that from wherever, innit? Mm-hmm. But how are y'all niggas doing, man?
I'm good. I'm blessed. I might be rough around the edges, maybe, yes.
That video of the white kid doing that, I might be rough around the edges.
Oh, the little Victoria's thing. Why is that kid so funny?
I
keep it nappy and I do what makes me happy and nobody can deny me that I'm blessed.
Someone said, 4 weeks without a trim.
Yeah. It's the self-preservation.
You know when I think it's even when. Is it when Wizkid is going in? I can't remember exactly what he's saying, but toward the end of the bar. I don't want to
talk about the thing, so that bit.
Something like that.
Yeah, make I tell you something like exactly that bit.
And she was just going and I was like, nah, this is not slapping. Like,
it's because he was in high soprano.
Yeah.
Play for the first I lost.
I haven't watched the full thing, you know.
You haven't watched it?
I've literally only watched
That's what I said.
Oh, do you know how funny? I swear we watched it.
That was the only time that I watched the full version.
It was so funny.
I didn't know there was a full version.
I can't get past this.
The kid said,
I was doing me.
Jeje no regret him.
Yeah. No, it was that bit.
So make you live your life and Jeje no regret him.
It was that bit. It was that exact bit.
No way.
Do you know how funny that video is?
No way.
If I could watch the whole thing every day, I will. Do you know how funny that is?
I didn't even know.
It's crazy.
After a bit, you're like, right, this is happening. This is really, you're really going for it. This is really happening.
Oh my days.
Deep that. Yeah, but I'm good. I'm blessed. Nobody can deny me that I'm blessed. So I feel good. How you feeling?
How you doing, Peter?
I'm feeling good. How can I word this? I'm being very cautious with what I'm doing, stepping out on my weekends, because as I've spoken to you prior, I did a mad thing bank holiday weekend.
Oh, I swear. Do tell.
when I say a mad thing, as in, this is probably like the worst it's been.
Oh, I swear.
Like money leaving my account.
Oh, you're talking about peas.
No. I'm just talking about like, both.
That's the reason for the peas.
But when I looked at it and I was like, I think Lex called me sometime this week. And I was literally just sitting in my kitchen, just looking at the calendar, just thinking how many days left till payday.
He said, there's still 28 days left of this month.
I was just going back and forth from calendar to my banking.
I'm not going to make it straight.
No,
it's the 2nd of June. You're telling me there's still 28. Of course, there's still 28 days left.
Honestly. And I was like, do you know what it is? I was like, it's very irresponsible, but it's not the end of the world. But there are also people who have told me that, you know, it made me feel better when everyone's coming and doing
collective.
Me too. Like, I'll say one of my colleagues who is younger than me, and I don't know if he lives at home or not, or if he's moved out, but this guy probably has responsibilities, because you know how them man do their thing. He was telling me that he cleans 6 on the weekend.
£100, by the way.
And I was like,
wait,
To put
in
into
that one
context,
weekend?
in that one weekend, and I was like, you get paid less than me. Like, I know, I kind of know what you get paid.
I know this is gonna hit.
This is gonna hit you. And when I
They
saw
got
him,
rent to pay in that.
when I saw him, he was like, pay, mate, pay. And he's a heavy drinker. Like, I think he's like 23, 22, but he drinks better.
Your age mate.
And like, everyone knows that he's like a drinking guy, proper like just British lad, innit? So he was like, booze. He said on Thursday and Friday when we were in the office, he was like, Pete, man, I think I have to give up beers for the month. I said, no.
You can't afford it.
No, not you. He said, mate, this is doing me. I said, what's going on? He was like, well, I've got my mum's birthday today.
Damn.
And we're going hard for it. And I'm like, you yourself, you already told me that you've been spending money. You're going hard for your mum's birthday. And he's like, yeah, I need to do it in moderation now. But all in all, I think the lesson was outside is open, but don't run. Be steady with it.
Yeah.
Because I'm praying, obviously, that we're not going into another lockdown and it's not going to have to be, you know, people are just rushing because we'll go back to it in August.
Yeah.
But in the same way, the way that these lot are doing their roadmaps and whatnot, like, enjoy your summer and let it stretch because a lot of people save money during lockdown. Like,
I saved
like
so
everyone
much
saves.
money.
So I wouldn't say we all have peas, but like a lot of people probably have more money than they thought they would have. And
more money they'd
and when you're seeing more digits
Yeah.
in your bank account, you're thinking, and outside is open. I've been holding this. Let me move mad. Be easy because I think that's what it was. In fact, not even think. It was definitely what I was on. I was like, first proper time out in London. Let me enjoy myself. And it was literally just doing tap revenge. Like I was just doing yep. Like wasn't looking at any numbers.
Anything for the boys.
Listen, I don't know if I thought I was Bezos that weekend, but it humbled me, man, when I sobered up and I was like, all right, cool. This and this is a long summer.
I told these man.
He tweeted that weekend,
Check
you know.
your balance.
He on my wait, I think on Tuesday. On Tuesday.
First of all,
he was like, that's literally what he tweeted. First of all, check your balance. Then the emoji with the head back.
Listen,
check and balance.
It's crazy.
And did you do a reel to it?
I did a reel to it. But anyway, those who don't hear
she did that one exactly in the video. She said, yeah, so
I transferred myself £100 yesterday. And like from one of my other accounts, I was thinking, oh yeah, I'm just doing this for safety. I was thinking, why should I even think to let it get to this point?
Yeah,
why should I even let it
you're
get?
preempted doing the mad thing.
I was just thinking,
definitely
what's
have
wrong
to
with
do
me?
some safety, like midway through the month,
And
100%.
I don't know why. Like now, when I see Uber and Bolt, I got a Bolt here. Why?
I knew you got. Do you know, I had a feeling that
It was a
you got a cab
25-minute
here.
journey. I was just like, you know what? It says 7 minutes on the Bolt. Just slap it.
I had a
Why
feeling.
not?
I almost got an Uber here, and then I was like, nah, the bus will come.
Okay, from
From the station.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, the
you
bus
saying
is
from
gonna
Gaff,
come.
I was gonna say that.
From the I had more than enough time when I left the house. I wasn't gonna be late today. I'm not late when I'm on my own.
But yeah, aside from that, life is calm. Like I'm still ready for summer. I mean, I'm excited at the prospect of it. But as I said, I don't want to, rush too much. I want
You're not overdo it.
Yeah.
to be
Overdo it.
ja.
Fam, one thing I'm looking forward to is gym. I've got a little 2 complications I can't work out at the moment. But after that, once these niggas give me the green light,
do you think they're going to? Genuinely.
What? Do you think they're going to give me the green light?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not really like causing me too much problems recently. So yeah, I'll be blessed because fam, I have it in my mind the way like how we were talking about our last episode, basically talking about like weight and height and stuff like that. Yeah, and the way I want to work out or the way I want to look for me.
Forget about it.
Niggas gonna hate me, bro.
Boy.
Y'all niggas gonna hate me.
I done said, boy.
streets
It's over
gonna
for
hate
you,
me.
hoes.
I'm gonna be bolo. I'm bold. Oh, come on, man.
With a big
Come on, man.
BBB.
The club can't even handle me right now. Fam, one thing I'm looking forward to is going like Box Park and them type of places and hitting up the Shoreditch Strip because I haven't been yet.
Do you know one thing I was deep in here because I was on the strip, as I said last weekend, and I've been speaking to some of the man about it, about the difference in our age groups and what is in for everybody. Because for example, us lot who are like 25, I'd say maybe like I'll say 24 to maybe 27, 28. A lot of our age groups seem to be heavy on day parties and brunches and whatnot. But I don't know. I don't want to like, generalize and say straight to the Gen Zs. But the one thing that I've noticed big time in maybe the 21 to 23-year-olds is you don't love an AP motive.
Yeah, they go out at night time to apartments.
You love an AP motive.
They actually really go out at night time to
I know
apartments.
that we were doing APs at that age, but it's like you guys have completely taken over.
Yeah.
Bro, the thing is,
I feel like it's a given with them.
I don't really see that when I was on Shoreditch thingy.
It wasn't your age that I was seeing out.
I thought I was gonna see young bulls, but it wasn't that many. And
that's what I was
like,
gonna say, because I don't think us lot, well, at least my age group, like the 22s and that, I don't think they knew like Shoreditch was gonna be the motive for that weekend. Like, that wasn't everyone's first thought,
So
because it was more so, yeah, cool, something you don't know is opening, then find something to do. I think more so people might have gone out with their mates or whatever, but even us going out with our mates, like it could be just, I don't even know what time brunch finishes, because now they'll do bottomless brunches till like 5. Do you get what I mean? And that's what, like, most of the girls mates that I know will go, fam. They'll go out brunch, bottomless drinks, cocktails, After that, they're not going out after that, because then you've done a mistake. The man them, I'd say, is like cool, AP, because it's like, that's what we're thinking of in terms of like facilitating in an area of jaunts. If you go out to Shoreditch or Box Park or something, then you have to draw babes like around everybody else.
So you have to meet women rather than inviting them to your space.
And even if somebody else is inviting them into your space, it's like, cool, this is so and so's friend. I kind of already know her. I just haven't got a chance to buck her yet. Yeah. But once I do, then but yeah, nah. But day parties, brunches, I think my age group is on that now.
Do you know why though? I think the girls are on it a lot, but also I find that that's what I'm trying to say. I find that like the younger girls, and I say younger, but they're like 2 years younger, but the girls that are like 2 to 3 years younger than me, they watch us lot a lot in terms of like what we do, where we go, etc. So they become like baby sisters, and then equally a lot of the influencers are their age. And influencers tend to do brunches. I don't know why it's a thing. I'm not going to say I don't indulge, because I very much do. But a lot of influencers tend to brunch, etc. across the landscape of even like black female influencers all the way to the Molly Mays of the world. So if you're watching Molly May at 21 years old and she goes to a brunch, it's giving brunch. And then people are getting dressed, making hauls, brunch outfit ideas. I guess we're going to brunch then, and then all the food spots that become like popular, the things that come on TikTok, places that you can brunch at. So if everyone's going Christopher's, you kind of have to dress a certain way to Christopher's. You end up dressing like you're going to brunch, drinking like you're going to brunch, and then it's like, okay, well, it's 5 p.m. We finish now. What do people do after brunch?
Nah, I smell you. And niggas will go to these places. So man them will go to these places because that's where the Jones are. Do you know what I mean? Like
the women.
But you see in the women. You see like your age group and maybe say 2/3 years below you. Do you lot think, and again, this is just out of curiosity, do you think that there's actually like a given space for these type of events for your age group? Because the way I've always seen it is, for example, if you were to say like a recess, recess was heavily popping from maybe like when I was in 3rd year to post uni. So it almost, and it seems like the crowd has grown up together. So to me, it seems like the recess is almost accommodated to like 24 to 26, 27-year-olds. You got DLTs who are almost accommodated to like the plus. It's always been like a 25 plus event, or that's where the olders go. Whereas I've been curious to see, are there any of the young bulls doing like events in London kind of for their age group? Because that's what I was saying, that my cousins who are probably younger, or family friends who are younger, or just the guys who I know who are younger, they're always doing apartment party here, house party here, this like street party here, whatever. Whereas they're not necessarily in these spaces. And I remember when I was younger, looking at the likes of like a DLT. When I first went to DLT, I was maybe like 21. I did feel like a bit out of place. I feel young here. Like you lot are all old. As I'm talking to people, you're there telling me you're 27, 28. Like you're my big cousin's age. And so when I was speaking to some of the boys about this and saying, like a market opportunity for events for that age group of kind of just coming out of uni. Because if you're just coming out of uni now as a 21-year-old, are you really going to jump straight to a DLT? You probably would like to, because you're seeing the likes of Alexa C, going to these
they're
events.
top. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, oh my gosh, like this is who I want to. I mess with her
shoulders
stuff,
and that, yeah.
exactly. But in the same way, I guess it's different for girls. But in the same way, we probably got 4 or 5 years on you in the real world. Whereas a guy, a 21-year-old guy in these events, you're not like older women aren't having it from you more time. So you lot, I guess, have
obviously
to create,
sometimes they are.
yeah, but you lot, I guess, have to create your own. Or from that's what it seems like is that you have to create your own distance. So because I'm just thinking of it from the point of view of,
Do we have a space?
yeah, I may be ignorant to it, but I'm thinking if I was to say, you know, like the big, I guess, motives that I would say day parties for Black Londoners would be the likes of Recess, DLT. I know Hoyle Boys are doing their thing. There's Blank Canvas that I've been to, and I know obviously NSV10 have they have Recess, but they're about to do theirs.
Yeah.
But when I think about that, aside from it, and I've seen other people talk about it, it's like there's not really that many events for London Black people, but there's so many of us. Like
Do you know
that's
what's
why
crazy?
the tickets just go like this.
Fam,
So I don't know young bulls coming to make new events.
We were literally saying this yesterday or a couple of days ago. We were basically saying how I didn't realize the age of the people that were behind No Signal, innit? Like touching like the 26,
Late
27
20s to
plus,
30s.
like 30s plus. You get what I mean? I didn't realize because it doesn't feel that way. Like it doesn't feel like they're older than us. I feel like
thought they were younger.
no, not even younger. I feel like they were like you lot's age.
Oh,
Do you know what I
okay.
mean? But they are, but just maybe like some of them a little bit older.
Yeah.
But I didn't even view it that way because they touched like a very like the black
Broad,
like the Black London experience. I feel like is a niche market and it kind of like stretches out across different age groups.
I agree with that.
Especially like virtually, like stuff that's cool online or cool on the internet. It's cool on the internet for Black Londoners across the ages.
Yeah.
With the
It almost be from 20 to from the whole 20s, like
Yeah.
20 to
Well,
29.
I'm gonna
basically,
even
all be
say
in the
all
same
into
space.
about 35.
Yeah.
You know,
fam,
Could all be in the same
because
space.
everything looks cool because it's like
We're the
shared
tastemakers,
experiences
yeah.
to us, and other demographics or other spaces aren't doing that for us. So I feel like, especially with Black people, we love being embraced. So if Black people are embracing other Black people, that's kind of like where we gravitate towards. In terms of like I say the age differences, I can't even talk about the people younger than me because I know like, well, I don't even want to put it like that, but I know mostly people like my age, I'd like to say 22. We've been feeling like, or for ages, like we've been in our heads like, we're the last of you. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're the last of
they
you lot.
actually are
Like,
like they
and
see
it's
themselves as like the
Are you guys the
bottom.
last 90s?
No,
Basically.
but technically,
Basically, I'm
Yeah,
98 and
98.
they'll be 99.
99
But
is
we're
the same
you are,
school
yeah,
so
so
year.
you're literally
Yeah.
That's exactly
The
that's
90s
the
kids.
bro. That's the
Last
best
90s.
way to put it.
Yeah.
We're the last of the 90s, and I wasn't even looking at it from a 90s perspective.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's just a type of, I didn't want to put it like this, but it's kind of like type of way people move from the 90s.
being born in 2000 is
2000
different.
kids are different, man.
Like,
It is
you
different,
think are
bro.
different. Like,
It
I'm
is
not gonna lie,
different.
because we might even be in a space and they'd be like, like we were talking about even in terms of, I don't want to make it negative, but even in terms of like the Hyde Park stabbing,
yeah.
it's just like we'd be like, fam,
It's a little kid.
like
Where are they
do you
getting this stuff?
like, do you
Yeah.
like, this is we're like, this is what the youths are on. Like this is
Yeah.
what the youths are on.
Yeah.
But like more so, we would want to go to places like the day parties and the
Not
Shoreditch
Hyde Park.
and the wristband vibes. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
like-
we're at the age now where it's kind of like nobody. If we were gonna do that, Chris, you can attest to that. People my age that were on a lot of madness stuff was doing that when like they were like 12.
Yeah.
So it's like nobody really
kind of moved on from that.
Do you get what I
now.
mean? Like nobody
Doing
really.
that at 19, it's like,
Yeah, like, nobody cares about
these
when
like are-
bro,
some of
by the
these
time
are
you're
19.
19, it's like you've been through life, and it's like I'm tired of this now. I'm
Yeah.
actually tired of this. I don't want to even go to parties in ends because this is what people are on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I feel like
I
parties that
actually
be in
remember
ends
that
is
as well. You know,
literally is that
Thinking back.
people doing motives in ends is like nobody wants to. We don't want to go to that because we know some youngers are gonna do a mad thing because when
Yeah.
you're
do you know how funny
unless
that is?
it's
That is-
organized,
that's the
because when you
difference.
think about it, yeah,
Our generation is
recess is in
older.
ends. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
It's
When
all
you
that-
think about it, the parties and stuff that are happening, recess is in ends. Like, as in,
Tottenham
I'm
Hill.
talking Tottenham Hell on our doorstep. But I feel like because it's organized, because
People
somebody's
wanna go to
putting on the event, it's ticketed. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
And
There's
the young-
security. You feel a bit more like it's an event as opposed to going to a
It's a
house
do
party
you
in
get
your
what I mean?
area
Because-
where you feel like, someone's gonna get stabbed, because that used to happen when I think back to when I was like
Bears.
19 and you'd go to like anyway, I'm
yeah,
not gonna
fam,
come
exactly.
and
Yeah, I know it.
incriminate
And the
But
thing
you
is,
go
I know what
somewhere-
motive you're thinking about, especially.
Exactly.
Like, and it's just like this is why I would never go to a house motive ends. And I feel like that's why, let's say the youngers or these people, I'd say people my age and stuff, do APs, because it's like, cool, this is going to be in a certain place. Yeah. There's already a mindset of, fam, we paid a deposit for this. Yeah. We don't want this place to get mashed up.
Yeah.
So
also, you should also know the people if you know the address.
You're inviting people that you actually know. In terms of mandem wise, nobody's really too worried about girls bringing packs. Maybe somebody after the motor, somebody's man might be on whatever, might be a little bit tense, But more time is if I know the niggas that are coming, girls, you can invite any other girls you want, basically, because it's not gonna be that type of thing. But that's why I say maybe why the us lot, and I think the youngest do APs as well, but that's why them lot would do APs. The other people that are actually on causing trouble, they're not gonna pay £30 or 20. They're not gonna pay £20 to go to a motive to then lock it off. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. They're not gonna do it. Yeah,
it's not fun. It's actually not fun.
They don't care because them man weren't there to vibes in the first place.
Yeah.
But yeah,
if you've pulled up at a house party to link your ops, that's literally the only reason you're there. I don't know many people. Not that I know many people who are on this anyway, but I can't think back to a group of guys that I know that would intentionally come somewhere they want to have fun at to cause passa. However, I do know of people who will come to a place looking for somebody. And I feel like that's the difference between like everything was fine and then all of a sudden people turned up because they found out so and so was there and it was supposed to be on site, so it was on site kind of thing.
I can genuinely say I don't have a single friend, not a person that I know, but I say a single friend that's like that's been like, cool, let's go with this motive to bad someone up to lock it off. It's never that. Niggas are going to parties to actually enjoy themselves. Like the amount of people, and I deeped it, especially when you come out of uni. Oh wait, sorry, back to what you were saying in the first place, about people like marketing motives for our age group. Bro, there's people that let's say that were doing motives in uni, essentially like how a recess or something like that is the natural transition of we're doing motives. I don't know what them are doing, but if you're hosting motives in uni, you're gonna be like, okay, cool, people are outside now, gonna carry it over. But that's where I say COVID has messed up a lot of things. Because I have friends that do events and stuff, and now it's like they're having to put out their promos and stuff now. And again, it's based off of if Boris says it's a go. Do you get what I mean? Because
but it's like playing catch up because you now have to compete with what's already popping pre-COVID. Because again, I'm not being funny, but people want to go somewhere
things are established.
Stuff that is established, somewhere they know what to expect. And I feel like I'm not saying there's no other reasons why people go back to the same motives, but for me, I'm not even really a creature of habit. I like change, but if I know there's a solid motive, I'm gonna pay for a solid motive over, and I'm not trying to at you lot, but over a pitch situation where it's moving from one place to the next place on the same day. Like nobody wants to do, we've gone there now, the location's locked off, now I've got to go to a next one. It's the same motive. Somebody told me they were supposed to be going to one of their motives and they moved it on the same day. This is post lockdown, and it's ended up in like a bar. The upstairs part is like aunties eating, and then they've gone down. They've gone downstairs and like they've come in. They're like, "Is this the motive?" They're like, "Oh no, it's downstairs." They've gone downstairs. The bar is like from here to here. Everybody's hitched up next to each other, and it's like
not them moving it to LA Lounge.
literally.
And that's from an That's from.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
People.
So I won't finna book no 22-year-old guys.
Do you get what I mean? Like,
and then I find out that it's not.
Imagine how them man feel now, because it's like like you said, there's the competition and stuff, and two, anything can change in a day, and you're not a reputable name like that. People don't know you, so you have to get this. I got it off the muscle.
No, but then they'll be holding you like, give us some money,
fam. Bro, it's
you want the fat? I want it,
fam, and it's tight. I genuinely don't know how. I don't know how these men do it, and they don't have the P's, or I don't know how anyone can have P's any age in it, but you're more likely at 28. So if you lose £500 for an event, you can hold that. It's going to be more than that, obviously. Let's even say a bag, because that's usually what, in terms of like booking places, and then I haven't even put into the cost of drinks and stuff like that. Cool, you booked the venue, let's say £900 to a grand, 28-year-old is more likely to be able to stomach that loss from it going horribly, horribly wrong than a 22-year-old.
Yeah,
I think that's why you obviously a lot of these guys, it's a conglomerate as well. So they're splitting the price. There's a couple of them in. But I also think there's an element of, and to be honest, you have to get it how you live. But I think there's an element of the social media marketing of an event that can make it pop if you don't even know about it.
Definitely.
And all it takes, because, you know, there's we doing weefily. We're all aware. Yeah, I know. I think majority of people are aware of, like, I guess I wouldn't say the loud people on Twitter, but the ones who speak a lot, who okay, they go to these events, so they can be semi-credible when it comes down to if it's gonna bang or not. And I'm not gonna say that, you know, a new company or a new events group is gonna necessarily target these lot to say, like how we used to do back then in the old uni raves. All of you lot get in a group chat at 8 p.m. we start tweeting about this rave, but all it takes is one person.
It works, you know.
All it takes is that's what I'm saying.
Being a promoter, like an unintentional promoter out of popularity, but it works.
Yeah.
And all it takes is somebody who, I guess, has a bit of credibility, or again, who can co-sign an event to say, oh, this motive that's coming up, I'm definitely going to be there. And then they've got their posse to back it.
Or even missing the first one as well.
Sometimes, because the thing is, even before you've actually gone to the event, it's even just a buzz.
Yeah.
There's certain people who see, for example, as I said, Hoyle Boys are doing an event, and I think that their marketing for it was amazing, and it wasn't even marketing. I think they caught a buzz through Clubhouse, and so many people are locked into it that it's almost like
you have to do something.
These lot, as their own individuals, they're credible people. People know Charlie Mace. People know Ayo Matthews. Like, they know Wale. They know these people, and they're like, all right, cool. It's almost like, I don't know you to do an event, but if you did an event, it would bang, type of thing. And so the way that when they dropped the tickets, they were like, all right, F it, we're going to monetize the buzz that we've got.
How scary
I was
how fast the tickets went.
I was like, it makes so much sense. Nobody knows what they're paying for. I think at the moment, from what I recall, the venue is unknown.
Deep it though.
But it's sold out to the point
blind faith.
It's sold out to the point that they had to get another venue on another day. And when there's so much of a rush, people just fly into FOMO.
Like, it's definitely
why is it that we have to go to this motive? I don't know, but we're going. You know how
it's gonna
people
pop,
say the whole thing about if you see black people running, just start running.
Yeah, you should.
It's like,
no, you should if you know it's good for you.
I don't know why we're running.
We did that in uni.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know why we're running, but we're running.
You lot did that social experiment.
No, honestly, and I think that's one of the good things that can be about running a motive where you're new to get into the scene and you're trying to break in, is that if you're somebody who is, you know, known, people like you as well, you've got a strong social network. If you push this through your networks, somebody's gonna buy into it, and there's gonna be somebody who's saying, you know, this and this. And also, if you've got a good USP, like the brunch thing for me is, I've only really noticed it. Well, DLT were the first people that I saw do it, and that was when I was in 4th year, so doing my master's year, and I'd never heard about brunches. I just thought, I don't even think Recess was doing brunches back day. It was just all night parties. Then you change the USP, we're doing a day party. This is different. I don't think I'd ever gone to a party during the day between the ages of 18 and 21.
I jumped onto it, or I say my age group jumped onto it, and like going into our 3rd year. So the first day party I went to was Deluxe at what's that place in Shoreditch called? Cargo.
Okay.
At Cargo, and I was in September going into my.
It wasn't a thing.
Getting ready at 10 o'clock, get me to the club last century, and that's it. Period. Every night, every Saturday.
There was no such thing as well, they probably existed, but we didn't know.
Whoever was the first lot to do it, if it was DLT, like them man caught a wave in it. Like they actually caught a wave, because when you think about it, it's so practical, especially in the avoiding trouble like mindset. Because one thing that I deeped, and why I didn't like going motives when I was younger, especially because it ends. I really know what, not to say I know what my niggas were on, but I know what people are on them times, innit? And it's like, especially at the time as well. And it's like, no one, when it's dark. Like, after a motive, you're not trying to go home on your ones. No. Nobody's. If you're not an Uber boy or a cab boy, you're gonna get public transport, and that's usually where things can go left. Yep. One thing I hated, or even in general, I hated this after school. I don't enjoy.
He's not a fan of
I
loitering.
don't
People
enjoy
hanging around doing
loitering,
nothing.
like,
Hates it.
Even when I go out with these lot, yeah. Like let's say we go shopping or stuff. When I was younger, I used to hate going shopping with my mum. I know Bear used to, but it's like
Why are we hanging
why
around here?
are we here? Like, why are we here?
Chop,
Like,
chop,
do you get what I mean? Like, I don't need to stand anywhere, and I know that's what niggas love doing after motives.
What, standing around and loitering?
Just don't have urgency.
No, there isn't. Yeah, we
fam.
don't have urgency
Guardian
as a people
community,
still.
lack of urgency. They've
Never can loiter for their
Yeah, we
country.
don't have.
Nah,
But that's
days.
why the motives go on till all 6 a.m. People are hanging around. The motive could even have been done at 5 per hour. We're still here.
But with a day party, you eliminate a lot of that. If you stay outside of cargo, more likely than not, nothing's really gonna pop off. People are moving to Johns. Sorry, women. People are moving to people. People are catching up with people they haven't seen in a minute.
Yeah.
Then everybody's going home, and you're right.
Yeah, because you're on the street as well, so you can't actually hang around.
It's
too
12.
Time, 10
I'm
o'clock.
burst, and I'm
had a
in the
motive,
comfort
yeah.
of my house. Like,
Yeah.
And I think even for events, like there's different prices for time of the days to book, and obviously days.
Yeah.
If you're booking
early bird.
everyone always knows that a Saturday night to hire out a club
gonna
is
cost
always
you
going to be the most
bread.
expensive time because that's where they make the most bank. Saturday nights and Friday nights. Whereas if you're doing a Sunday afternoon, these are more time they're recovering. The punters are recovering from a Friday night, Saturday night. They're probably inside watching football or going to Harvesters for their Sunday roast.
Toby Carvery.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the ideal time to, I guess, get that opening and just say, you know, instead of just making it a motive, let's throw food in. Let's make it bottomless as well. So these lot, we're getting more money, but then they're getting more value.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's
a no-brainer.
It's a game changer.
And it makes it really chilled. I think the reason why I like day parties is because, for the most part, it's such a relaxed motive. Do you know what I mean? You don't have the pressure of I'm going out at night time. Oh, do I have my ID? I need to make sure that I was going to be last entry. I need to go at this time. Transport is always mad post flipping rush hour. Like, you don't want to be out at 6:30 on a Saturday trying to get somewhere. I personally don't anyway. I feel like if you know I've left my house, it's 2:30 p.m. calm. It creates a chilled vibe, particularly when the weather's nice. People like to be out when the sun is out, which makes day parties make so much sense. So much sense. And if you don't want to even stay a whole time, it's still bright when you've left. Like, what? You can get home. You're not thinking about last train, getting an Uber, your phone's dead. You've had a great time. You've got yards and everything's sweet.
And that bright aspect, yeah, is so funny because even for the man them, like back in the day, I don't know if you noticed, but you see when you go out, like if you're at a party or a rave, and I don't know why certain girls do this. Maybe it's because of reasons that may not necessarily speak on, but certain girls are so, when the lights come on in a dance,
Yeah.
they run from it. Whereas a day party, I'm seeing you live in the flesh. I can see your full drip. I can see if you're really the person
Don't
that
run.
I thought you were.
Why are you running?
Do you know what it is about? The
outfits that
lights
you can do
coming
for
on,
days,
yeah.
for day parties, you can see you can have a conversation.
Bro,
Yeah,
actually
you can
talk to
really
people.
see
That's another
people.
thing.
Like,
You can't
It's not
really
so
chat to
dark and
people
loud
and
and
then have a
scary.
They're doing. Was that the girl that we saw at that motive last night? But I never saw her up until because it was midnight.
It's
We
dark.
stepped outside. It was dark.
You're in
Up
one
until
corner of the room.
The lights came on.
In
It
fact, she
even
wasn't even in the
hot.
corner of the room. She was in the bedroom.
Bro.
Because that's where them lot go sit. There's no bedroom in a day party. We're all in these benches.
You have to come and
Yeah,
together.
it's all dark and sweaty. I think, or I don't know why people run when the lights come on, but one, I think it's more to do with makeup,
It is makeups.
hair being frizzy,
Which is
that
fair,
kind
it's
of
fair,
vibe.
From time, my
'Cause it's
black
sweaty.
t-shirt
I
get it, I
has
get
left
it.
a
Let me not
stain
come
on the
and do-
wall.
Do you know what I'm
sure
trying
your
to
makeup's
say?
gonna
Yeah,
hurt,
it's
like,
sweaty.
dripping over.
It's
Nah, I hear
sweaty,
it.
which is a lot of the reason why I don't like those kinds of. I don't want to go somewhere where it's all dark and steamy.
Your drip is just ruined.
Like, do you know, first of all, no one can see me anyway. Do you get what I'm trying to say? No one can see me. I put in all this effort. I put on makeup. It's all hot. Like, and then like, and your lace is supposed to be laid and it's hot and nah, man, just
No one
miss
can
me
even
with
see
it.
to tell you, sis.
Nah, you know.
Tuck
Do you know
it,
what I'm trying to say? It's just not. There's something really sticky about dark nighttime like motives in like a club.
So what do you not think is next for like the UK, the black UK party experience? What do you think is next after the day parties? I'm thinking, I'm just
spitballing
putting this
here.
out. Yeah, I'm just spitballing here. I think now with that Uber boats and stuff has started popping.
Uber boats.
Yeah, you know
that.
that
Uber.
Yeah, you know Uber on the boats.
Oh, boats. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
boats.
Okay,
I think it's gonna start being like that type of thing.
What, boats?
Like day parties or brunches
Boat
on
parties.
boats. Yeah, boat parties.
Boat parties used to be a thing, innit?
I think it's gonna make a resurgence. But if it's just like within black communities, and that's one limited as well, which we spoke about how much black people or like people in general love exclusivity.
Yeah.
But if that's like limited, like we're going across the Thames, it has to be, the weather has to bang for it, innit? Like it has to bang for it. In UK isn't get necessarily guaranteed for that. But I think a boat party like hosted by like a Recess or like a DLT, that type of vibe, I think that's popping off still.
Probably, you know. I don't know what I think
It
the
has
next
to be
thing
big
is.
though, because they have to have like, I think it has to have like at least 50 people.
I think this time that we're in will still run its course
For a
now.
long
Oh no,
time.
I think it's still gonna go.
Yeah,
I think
like,
it's
I
still
don't know
gonna
if
It's
it's
go.
going for a long
Yeah, as you said, like when you say
time.
next, I would say they will probably add more things into it. So for example, like you see how, and because of the way our normal is now, where everything is just so uncertain, I think there's gonna be more things that will probably be, and it's sad to say, but COVID friendly, and the likes of a sit down brunch are COVID friendly, or even what NS10 V10 did the other day and what you went to yesterday, GH back to back. Like I think there'll probably be more like the way I say the events, but like sound clashes type of thing, where it's not you're not necessarily at a rave, but you're
there are
at an event
DJs,
where there's a DJ and there's not too many people, and they can even still be given a radio experience wherever they are. But it's like, oh, you're not going to so and so sound clash.
You can watch it.
Exactly.
It's being recorded, but you could be there too.
And it's a different vibe. And I don't think, again, these are all things that can potentially be positives from it, because the likes of a GH back to back and No Signal, they didn't exist in 2019, like before COVID. So they've made their own lane to say, we're now doing live events every weekend.
We have a studio
and it's select view.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool, we're gonna be able to get maybe, I don't know how many people could fit in that studio yesterday, but
there were enough people.
like up to 50.
I wouldn't say 50.
Okay.
No, it's an actual studio, so it's not like
it's a studio.
the No Signal studio. It's an actual like this.
Like maybe
but,
things like that, or if you've got what Tyra was at the other day when they were doing the Barfest versus
that was at the No Signal studio.
Yeah, if they're gonna maybe just start doing things like that.
They are though. They're doing the round trip to Roundhouse.
Oh yeah,
Fam,
exactly.
did you? That's what I was gonna say. Did you man see that thing where the brother what did he mix together? He mixed the Justin Timberlake song with I forgot, with Joanna.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, like Joanna, like fam, he mixed it
It's in
together.
Afrobeats, Joanna.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Fam, the way he mixed it, at first I was thinking, oh, where's this going? Then he was doing, then he was using, I was just like, how did you even think of this? And then someone was like, Afrobeats and disco together again or something, or it was a mix that makes so much sense that I didn't think of. And I was just like, I didn't think of this before.
That's true.
Like, I feel like this whole, like, the whole virtual space or like virtual parties has opened up like the opportunities for so many different stuff. And there's a way, like what you said, for people to be involved, even if you're not involved. Like,
I know obviously they had, I think Thingy was probably the originator. Well, not originator, but they were very prominent. Boiler Room. They were very prominent for having, their clashes and people are there.
But I feel like that was very like music.
It was
for
giving grime
lovers.
vibes. And that type of, because obviously those type of grime sets have been going on for years. Like that's how it originated.
It's the culture.
But now that you're having these type of things, it's like, all right, cool. We're doing radio clash, DJ clashes, this person versus this person.
You can make more of a motive out of this.
You can make it a motive.
Also, you allow people who aren't necessarily just into grime or garage to be involved.
Like most deaf tap hip hop.
Yeah, like them like deep boom boom bap rap hip hop.
I'm
here for that. That's my type of music. Yeah, that's my mellow, my man. That type of. Do you know what I mean?
Pop said he was in love when he
made me. I thought, but I feel like that's always existed. But now, if you're into solely R&B, you kind of got a space to.
I love it, man.
Do you know what I'm trying to say,
bro? I love R&B, and the fact that there's like places now where it's like there's, besides from like, I don't know, silent discos or like, another thing that people have started doing. I even wanted to talk about that the whole summer, but I just got lost in this conversation. But even like roller skating and stuff. Bro,
that's
my
what
roller skates came this morning.
They came,
fam.
Fiona was like, "Do you see this?"
She
asked me when I'm getting mine. I'm gonna grab a pair though.
Fam, I'm out here. I love. There's so many different like spaces now for just that black youths to do stuff that's just like
do stuff
fun.
that black youths have always done, by the way,
No,
which is mad when you think about
like,
it. Just not on a main
do you get what
scale.
I mean?
Yeah.
Because now it's like I've kind of not that this was necessary, like the lockdown and stuff, because people died and stuff like that. Lest we forget. But in terms of like letting people like step back and like evaluate things, like lockdown did a lot because again, like what you said, places like Recess and GH back to back didn't exist before that. I feel like now, at least if you're of a certain age, or at least I say maturity, you're just like, raw. I want to go outside to have fun. Like I saw a take to go back to the Hyde Park stabbing. People were just like, fam, like these youths were inside for a year,
24 months,
and you came outside
to start stabbing,
to start a madness. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like I know people that aren't even like. I don't know anybody that's around me, again, maybe because every people have elevated from thinking that type of way anymore, but it's just like, nobody's thinking about their ops. Like, now.
And you can't go and
do you get what I mean? Like, fam, I couldn't go to the shop to buy tilapia. And you're here like, it just doesn't make sense.
But do you think, so like, based on what you're saying.
Postgrads, anyway.
Yeah. But based on what you're saying, do you think, because I think this, do you think lockdown made you think, gee, what do you like?
Yes.
Because I feel like for me, a lot of lockdown was that. You know, when you had all that time, you were sitting and like, oh, you're bored, or like you're thinking of what to do next. I feel like all of that was wrapped up under the large umbrella question, what do I like? Like, what do I enjoy? And I think that one did a lot for deciding what you were spending time taking in, so other people's content. So whether you were paying attention to No Signal, whether you were listening to Soul Surge with Tony Supreme, shout out Tony Supreme, or starting your YouTube channel, putting time into like photography, like taking pictures of the things outside or portraits at home. Like, I feel like a lot of lockdown was like, what do I actually like to do? And then when I get outside, can I do this? Like, given all the resources that outside allows us to have access to, can I skate? Because I loved skating. You know them ones where it's like, I loved skating. Not me personally, I'm talking about the people who are, you know, the skating gang. The people who were skating in after school club. I always wished I could have gone after school club to skate with you, man. But I was eating jollof at Auntie's house.
They would never why did they never let us go after school club? Do you know how lit it looked, bro?
They made us go to Brunches to eat jollof.
What was that woman's name? I see her sometimes on High Road as well.
Miss Wilkinson. Miss Wilkinson.
No, not even Miss Wilkinson. You know the black woman.
Miss Williams.
I think that's her
and
name.
she has a gold tooth.
Yes,
and short hair.
Williams,
so
bro.
Nice. Nah, she was somebody's mum, but she was so cool.
She's one of the loveliest women in the community, man. Honestly, them youths after school get their little high vis on.
Yeah.
Bro, I promise you.
I was so jealous of them.
I cannot, no word of a lie. From like, let's say, our school is like, if you basically did it from the studio door upstairs, that's how long the road, like the walk from the school,
from our school
to
is
the
mad
to
short.
To the community center is. I might cut that out. To the community center is, bro. That's literally the length. It's
So
no
short.
longer than that. But just see that that's a 1 minute walk. I promise you,
Yeah.
But just see them niggas booted up.
I was like, I want to be like them.
Everybody's holding hands, walking to after school club. Like, damn, man. These
They were
niggas
so
is
lucky.
Cool as hell, man.
They were playing games. They were learning to skate. Like, and because it was a sports center,
Maybe
they were
even had
grabbing
a cheeky little
hobbies.
Kumon.
The cheeky Kumon. Instead, we were watching those tapes, the tutor tapes. Do you remember that?
I had to do tutor
What was
tapes.
that called?
I forgot what it was called. I asked mum this the other day.
That's unlocked a memory.
When we were younger, did you do it as well?
Yeah, all of us did it. And they used to pronounce four like four.
Yeah.
Did you never have these? It was a big thing in the black community.
Watch tapes, yeah.
You know,
like,
they had these tapes and it was like
teachers.
tutor tapes and it would teach you things.
I had to
But
do
they were
that
like
after
legitimate
school,
teachers.
every day after school.
Yeah, and you had like workbooks and
yeah.
stuff.
It
We
was-
had that.
Fam,
So.
and even the you know the pages, yeah, it'd be like maths pages.
Yeah,
or, like,
graph
page for
paper.
maths. Yeah, graph paper and has like the crosses. It's sent in. Bro, I can't believe you haven't seen it. I might even get a picture
Maybe if
of
I
it
see
just
it,
to
I'll
put-
remember.
You
it,
probably
but I
will.
don't
Loads of
remember.
more people did it than admitted.
Yeah,
it.
I didn't
Nobody
know
used to speak about
I
it.
didn't know people did it like that. I thought it was just an art house thing.
Yeah,
because
which
my
was why I was so embarrassed.
Because my parents, they weren't buying us any like consoles, nothing. I remember my
They weren't on
PlayStation
it.
2 was from Auntie Cynthia.
Remember we had to beg for the Wii. Anyway.
So much trauma.
So much trauma. the Nintendo Wii, and then we played it for 2 weeks and never played it again.
Damn. No,
we played it. So I actually did play it. Though. We did play it back.
Did you have a Wii?
Yeah.
Rinse that Wii.
We had to. We had nothing else.
Wii Sports?
What?
I
Jai.
got mine in America.
Swear.
Yeah.
These
niggas had an exclusive joint.
But I remember
He had the nunchuck controllers early
I
doors.
remember we bought it in America, but then we deeped, and I wouldn't even necessarily say we deeped, but it's such common knowledge, the plug. Like, we didn't have an adapter. So that Wii was sitting in my house for maybe like a month, and that's when, you know, Amazon weren't kicking like that. We were doing Prime next day delivery.
Yeah.
So we had to order like a UK Wii plug for from eBay, and it took time to come in, and there was having to configure it. But yeah, we did have a.
Oh yeah, because the American thing's the
the 2-pin.
Yeah.
Damn.
Deep it.
Damn it.